All right, everybody, welcome back. We are doing a deep dive today, and I'm excited for this one. Um, Going to Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah,
It's cold up there.
it is cold up there. I mean, it's wintertime, so it's probably pretty chilly over there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we're going to Sweden, um, the municipality of Götene,
Götene.
Götene,
Yeah.
and I'm going to butcher that pronunciation.
Sorry.
But
Close enough.
I think it's Götene is how it's said.
Götene.
I think I saw that somewhere.
You got it.
But yeah, this town is fascinating.
Yeah.
They are doing some very interesting things over there.
A lot of things going on over there.
Yeah. They're trying to combat population decline. They're trying to boost their economy.
Yeah. All part of the same plan.
Yeah, and they want to be like a leader in sustainability. I mean, that's a big thing right now.
It's a big thing everywhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah, especially with the younger generations coming up. So
Yeah.
they're very much into the sustainability.
yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Götene is ahead of the game
yeah.
if they can pull this off.
So what stood out to you the most about what they're doing over there in Götene?
It's really hard for me to pick one thing.
Yeah.
But I think I would have to say it's their willingness to experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a small town,
Yeah.
and they're thinking very big.
Yeah.
And not just big, but outside the box.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah. So you're talking about this 1 krona land offer thing?
Yeah. You're talking about selling land
Yeah.
for practically pennies.
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't want to
Yeah.
take advantage of that?
Yeah. It's practically nothing. It's like a fraction of a euro.
Less than $1? I mean, come on.
I know. And they're doing that to combat this population decline.
Yeah. I mean, that got attention.
He did it. It
Right.
worked. Oh, worldwide.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, we see that in other places too, right?
Yeah.
Where, maybe a community is struggling and they are these financial incentives to attract people,
Right.
to come live there.
Tax breaks, cheaper housing,
Yeah. Yeah.
different things like that.
And it's interesting to see, if it works or not,
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
It really is.
Is that a sustainable solution in the long term?
Yeah. You bring up a great point. I mean, you get all these people to move there,
Right.
but then what? You know what happens 5-10 years down the line?
Yeah.
Can they handle that kind of growth?
Yeah.
Can they keep those people there?
Right.
Um,
It's a good question.
it's a big question.
Yeah, it is. And they actually had to pause this whole 1 krona thing because,
They got flooded.
yeah, too many people, too much interest.
I mean, that's a good problem to have in a way.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's still a problem.
Yeah, but it's still a problem. Yeah.
You got to be able to manage that.
And, it's a double-edged sword. Right?
Yeah.
Because, like we were saying, it could be a really good thing.
But, you also have to think about, the people who already live there,
Right.
How does this affect their lives?
Yes, exactly.
Are they
happy about this?
are they being pushed out? Are they being priced out?
Yeah. It changes the whole community.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
It's a fascinating experiment, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens.
But this is part of a bigger plan, right? They have these 4 key strategic goals.
Yeah. This isn't just random.
Yeah.
They've clearly thought this through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about what they're trying to do with these strategic goals?
Well, the first one is all about creating a vibrant community,
All right.
especially for young people. They want to boost cultural and recreational activities.
Okay.
Think about it. If you're a young person
Yeah.
and you're looking for a place to live,
Yeah.
you want somewhere that's exciting. You want things to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Not just sit around all day long.
exactly. You want energy. You want
Right.
things happening.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to create.
Okay. So attracting young people
Yeah.
so they stay there
Yeah.
and raise their families.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What about the other goals?
So another goal is they want to revitalize their town centers.
Okay.
Make them more appealing. So they can be like hubs for the surrounding areas.
Okay.
I'm talking lively markets,
Okay.
charming shops,
Yeah.
spaces for people to connect.
Yeah.
So it's not
Like a
like
central gathering point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the people who live in Götene.
Right.
They want to draw people from neighboring communities as well.
Okay. So it's like a boost for the local businesses.
Yeah. I mean, if you have more people coming in,
Yeah.
that's more money being spent.
Yeah.
And that helps the economy grow.
Right. Right. So what about their environmental goals? What are they doing there?
So this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
They want to be a model for environmental leadership.
Okay.
That's a big goal.
It is a big goal.
They're embracing climate action,
Oh,
and they're trying to weave sustainable practices into everything they do.
okay.
That's ambitious. It is.
Yeah.
But, the world needs more of that.
Right.
We need more communities taking these kinds of steps.
Yeah. And that's something we're seeing more and more of, right?
Yeah.
Like communities wanting to be more sustainable.
Absolutely.
And it's not just talk anymore.
No.
Like they're actually taking action.
They're putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah. So what's their fourth goal?
So the last goal is all about education.
Okay.
They want to make sure that everyone has access to safe and enriching educational opportunities.
Yeah.
And they're talking about lifelong learning. So it's not just for kids.
Yeah.
It's for people of all ages. They understand that education is key to a thriving community.
Yeah.
It helps people grow.
Yeah.
It helps them develop new skills. It keeps them engaged.
Yeah. So it's investing in the people.
Exactly.
Right.
Investing in your people is investing in your future.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, they're talking about all these big plans. They're selling land for practically nothing.
Right.
They're trying to attract new people. They're investing in infrastructure. How are they paying for all of this?
Well, they're being strategic about it.
Okay.
They're not just throwing money around.
Okay.
They're carefully allocating resources to support these goals.
Okay.
So, for example, they're building a new swimming facility.
Okay.
A brand new one. State of the art.
Okay.
They're also building a new preschool.
Okay.
Because they need more space with all these new families coming in.
With all these new kids?
Exactly.
Right.
And they're also developing specialized housing for individuals with special needs.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're not just focusing on attracting new people.
No.
They're also thinking about
The needs of everyone.
the needs of the people who already live there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do these investments tie back to their strategic goals?
Well, I mean, think about it. The swimming pool, that's recreation. That's attracting families.
People.
The preschool, that's education.
Yeah.
That's supporting families.
Right.
And the specialized housing, that's taking care of vulnerable members of the community.
Yeah.
So it's all connected.
Okay. So these aren't just random projects that they're building. They're all very intentional.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool. What about this new road? I know they're building a new road as well.
Yeah. They're building a new road to connect Kelby and Nordskog. And that's going to improve transportation links.
Okay.
Which is going to benefit residents and businesses.
Okay. And that's going to help with the economy too.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get goods and services moving more easily, that helps businesses grow.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier for people to get around.
Yeah.
Which improves their quality of life.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Okay. So we have to talk about this biogas plant.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a big deal.
Big deal.
So Götene is going green with this massive biogas plant.
They are.
It's being constructed by Gasum.
Gasum. Yep.
And is projected to produce 120 gigawatt hours of liquefied methane annually.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of us who aren't energy experts, can you break that down for us? What does that mean?
So 120 gigawatt hours is enough to power about 24,000 homes for a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of houses.
So it's a significant amount of energy.
It is. And it's all coming from renewable sources.
Right. So how does this project, contribute to their sustainability goals and, the local economy?
Well, I mean, it's a win-win on multiple levels.
Yeah.
First of all, it reduces Götene's reliance on fossil fuels.
Right.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
We're trying to move away from those as a society.
Absolutely.
Second of all, it's going to create jobs.
Okay.
You need people to build this plant. You need people to operate it. You need people to maintain it.
Yeah.
So that's a boost for the local economy.
Right.
And then third, it supports Sweden's national renewable energy goals.
Okay.
Sweden has set some ambitious targets for renewable energy.
Yeah.
And this plant is going to help them reach those targets.
Okay. Wow. So it's a triple win.
Yeah, it is.
It's good for the environment. It's good for the economy.
Yep.
And it's good for the country as a whole.
Yep.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Okay. So Götene is clearly on the move.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing a lot of exciting things over there.
A lot of changes happening.
But what does the future hold? Like, can they really pull all of this off?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they have a lot of momentum right now.
Yeah.
But they need to be careful.
Okay.
They need to make sure that they're managing this growth effectively.
Okay.
They need to make sure that the new residents integrate well into the community.
Right.
They need to make sure that the existing residents
Yeah.
don't feel like they're being pushed out.
Right.
It's a delicate balance.
Yeah. So it's not just about attracting new people.
No.
It's about, like, making sure everyone's happy.
Exactly. It's
Right.
about creating a community where everyone feels welcome.
Right. Yeah. And communication is key.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they need to be transparent with their residents about what's going on.
They need to keep people informed.
Yeah.
They need to address concerns.
Yeah.
And they need to encourage participation.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, get people involved in shaping the future of their community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about their environmental initiatives? Like, what do they need to do there?
They need to monitor them closely.
Okay.
They need to make sure that they're actually having a positive impact.
Right. Not just like greenwashing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what happens if they don't do all of this? Like, what happens if they kind of like rest on their laurels a little bit?
Well, they risk losing all this momentum.
Okay. Like the initial excitement fades.
Exactly. The excitement fades.
Yeah. People get disillusioned.
Yeah. New residents might move away.
Right.
Existing residents might get frustrated.
Yeah.
The economic boost could be short-lived.
Okay.
And they might miss out
Yeah.
on becoming a true leader in sustainability. Okay. So what should this municipality do next?
I think the next steps for Götene is to really focus on how well they can assimilate new people to their community,
Okay.
create new jobs to support the local economy,
Okay.
and also keep an eye on how their environmental projects progress, make sure that they are actually delivering on the promises that they've made.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what will happen if they sleep and do nothing?
Well, they risk losing the initial interest that people had about moving there.
Okay.
They risk losing all the investments that they've made.
Yeah.
And they might even become a ghost town
Wow.
if all the people who move there decide to move away.
Yeah. It's a cautionary tale in a way, right?
It is.
Like, they've done so much good,
They have.
but they can't stop now.
Oh, I gotta keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, this has been fascinating. Götene is a really interesting place.
It is.
And I'm really curious to see what happens over there in the next few years.
Me too.
But it's a good reminder that even small communities can make a big impact.
Absolutely.
When they embrace innovation and sustainability.
And they're not afraid to experiment.
And they're not afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for all of you listening out there,
Yeah.
Think about this. If you were a resident of Götene,
Yeah.
what would excite you the most about these changes?
Yeah.
And what would worry you?
Good questions to think about.
Yeah. Let us know. Send us an email. Leave a comment. But yeah, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Götene.
Always a pleasure.
It's definitely a town worth watching.
It is. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.
See you later.